The move from face-to-face training to online training has been really, really interesting, but overwhelming at the same time for us from the TTP. You could imagine this program started in 2016, January in particular. So we've been running this program for over 4 years now. And this has always been done face-to-face. But in light of the current circumstances, we needed to act fast. So we needed to adapt our existing materials to ensure the suitability of them really being delivered online. So we started adapting. Of course, we didn't need to reinvent the wheel in a way, because we are just adapting our materials, the materials we have had. To be honest, at the beginning we've had our doubts, we had our concerns. What if we run into a lot of technical issues? What if we run into internet connectivity issues? At times, personally, I thought it was going to be a total car crash, to be honest. Especially that we are using a new platform. I know it's not new, but at least for us, this is the first time we use it, which is Microsoft Teams. And to be honest, it's a great platform. But we started adapting because the only alternative would have been to postpone training, and this was a no option for us at all. It was a no-go zone. Now, despite of these concerns, you see, sometimes there are some people who are like in toxic relationships, and they always choose not to break up because they are scared. They are frightened of the unknown. They don't know what's going to happen for them. Like, for example, you might be wondering, what's going to happen to me? Am I going to find the right person? Am I going to find a person at all? Really? So what they do instead, and because of that fear that they're restricted by, they choose to stay in that relationship and they refrain from breaking up. However, things happen, and then a breakup takes place, and then they start realizing, wait a second, this is good, they start realizing how good the alternative is, or at least how great the outcomes of the alternative are, and probably could have always been. So it's the same time for us. We had our concerns, we started realizing that, wow, wait a second, this is good. Trainees are happy. Trainers are saying they could do this all day. And imagine the amount of data we've been collecting. This platform, or online in general, gives you a lot of data because everything is recorded. So it was really good. At the same time, I said before that we started in 2016, and so far, up till this day, we've had over 2,000 trainee teachers coming and graduating through the TTP. And I can say that this particular cohort is the first cohort that are regarded as digital natives as compared to their digital immigrant counterparts, the previous cohorts. So they're ready to go. They're placed in the field, let's say, and the next day they can just pick that up, you know what I mean, and start really teaching online because they have been through this. So we've been really happy with online training, and I think it was a smart move, because at times opportunities present themselves to us, and it's our responsibility to seize such opportunity and do the best we can with them. And I believe the current circumstances are presenting themselves to us so that we act. We've been doing face-to-face for centuries, and we've always been scared to move towards online training, and this is our time, this is our opportunity that we need to seize.
Good morning. My name is Sharif. It's been this is the third week of the training program, the teachers training program. So far, it's a lot of fun. It's engaging, very interactive, and getting tons of support from mainly Anthony, and everyone else is doing a great job. Doing group work is amazing, and it's teaching me how to work in groups and how to improve my communication with teammates and future students, inshallah. So far, it's fun. It's changing a lot of concepts in my brain, a lot of new information I did not know about teaching, and now I know, and it's expanding my knowledge, and it's a lot of fun. I'm enjoying this a lot.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Tendai?
Morning, my name is Tendai, and I'm really enjoying this experience. So far, it's been 3 weeks in the UAE, and it's been a lot, taking in the new culture, taking in people, and just trying to work through that. So it's been really great going through the training. I feel challenged because it's not a mode of learning that I'm used to, and I'm really trying to dive deeper into the work and trying to understand how I can improve myself as an individual so that I can be a receptive mentor for the students that I'll engage with later.
Okay, thank you. And Alex?
Hello, my name's Alex, and I'm really enjoying it. To be honest, at the start I was a bit like, how's this going to work? But I'm really finding it really easy to follow. Everything's flowing really well. Timings are perfect. Everyone's really helpful with any questions that I've got. The only thing I was a little bit worried about was getting hands-on training, so being able to actually get into a classroom and teach before, but I'm sure it'll all get sorted when it comes to the end. But other than that, I think it's going really well. Considering all circumstances, I'm learning a lot for it just being online. The videos that Anthony, you've recorded are really helpful to show how everything should be done, and given the different techniques, I'm really enjoying it.
Thank you. Okay, Angie?
Hi, my name is Angie. This is my third week in the training, and I find the training it's really effective. I thought that it's my first experience as a completely distance training, and it's very effective, and it's very helpful, and I have a lot of information. I get a new information actually, especially in the team working. It was awesome as I'm talking to my team here from my house, and I find it's very effective, and maybe it changed my point of view and my knowledge about the distance learning. And that's it.
Okay. Thank you guys very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I just wanted to give you some of my feedback on using Microsoft Teams to facilitate my classes. All in all, I find Microsoft Teams to be very easy to navigate and actually very easy to mimic the surroundings and environment of a normal classroom. With my trainees, I've been delivering online live sessions whereby there's been a lot of collaboration, a lot of discussion, as we would if we were in person, and also group work, grouped activities where trainees are grouped together and then have to come back and feedback and even deliver presentations to the rest of the group. To be honest, I don't see any difference between using Microsoft Teams and implementing the same activities in a classroom.
So this is our first week on Microsoft Teams, and I have to say everything is going very, very well. To start, we've been able to get the trainees connected to Teams. We had all of their credentials, and there were minimal problems getting them connected to the platform. Once we got them connected to the platform, they were able to access our groups and access our channels in a very efficient way. So it was basically headache-free. There was a little consternation as to what was going to happen on the first day of training, that Sunday morning, because not only were we going live with our 100+ trainees, but also the whole ministry was going live with the return to direct instruction to the students. And I have to say, Microsoft Teams has performed unbelievably well. The platform is very dynamic, so I've been able to tap into a little bit of the potential of it so far, utilizing the class notebook for adding resources to trainees, supplemental material that we weren't able to go over in class, and also extra spaces to interact with them when questions arose or things came up during the session. The interaction has been wonderful between myself and the trainees. Using the functions on Teams, I've been able to get direct feedback and direct communication from every single trainee in my group. I have 41 this week, so they've spoken to the group and also I've spoken to them. So there's been that great one-to-one interaction. And then we've gotten a lot of data on them as well, because we're doing assessments after each session. So we're able to push the exams or the assessments out through Teams directly to the trainees, and then we get that feedback and we can process that data almost instantaneously. The final thing I'll say is that I think this is a great way to utilize technology moving forward. I think it's a great tool for us to be able to connect with our trainees and provide them with great instruction, the ability to utilize technology, and also for us to give them feedback. So I think it's been a great way to leverage technology, and really looking forward to us utilizing this in a much more powerful and effective way moving forward.
For the last week, we've been delivering our training online through Microsoft Teams. I must say, so far, training online has proven itself to be very effective and efficient on different levels. First of all of the trainees have responded brilliantly to the sessions, and they are focused and participate actively. And also, we have trained a larger number of teachers virtually than we would normally have done in a standard classroom. Yet, we have also been able to promote solid collaboration and a high level of interaction amongst the trainees. The feedback I have received so far is very encouraging.
Overall, I think it's fair to say that the distance learning that's been taking place on the TTP over the last few weeks has been an immense success. All of our trainers have made a fantastic transition from face-to-face training to using Microsoft Teams, and all this was achieved with the very bare minimum of preparation time. In addition to this, I've been particularly impressed by how well our trainees have adapted. With next to no notice of the change in the structure of the course, our trainees quickly became familiar with the MS Teams interface and have really delighted us by being just as interactive online as they would have been in face-to-face training. The immense success that we've seen over the last few weeks is both a credit to our trainers and our trainees, and I'm really excited to see how, going forward, we can incorporate more distance learning into the TTP.
I'd like to talk a little bit about some of the experiences that I've had so far with the smart learning and specifically using the MS Teams platform. The experience itself overall has been good. There has been a few issues with some of the technical difficulties that myself and other trainees have had while we're all accessing the platform. So I think it might be because with larger groups it's not as easy to kind of keep everyone online without any technical difficulty at all. But overall, the training is going well. Trainees seem to really enjoy the live interaction that they get between myself and from them. So it's nice to be able to respond to questions. There's the chat option that we have within the Teams platform. So it's also really nice to upload a lot of the files that we're using every day that they can actually use that material to review later on in the day, because I always remind them that each day's training we're taking a new topic, so there's very little time to go back and kind of review the previous day's material. So it's a nice way for them to be able to have immediate access to those training files. So other than that, I would say if we had maybe a little more time to really get ourselves prepared and really acquaint ourselves with the system. But so far, so good. I can't really say, anything necessarily negative other than some of the technical difficulties that we've had. But I enjoy, some of the new skills, new things that I'm learning and picking up along the way. So it's just really nice to be able to, take the material that we're using from in-class sessions and now using that on the online platform.
When I first joined the teacher training program, we were delivering excellent training programs to our teacher trainees, but of course it was in the training centres in a much more conventional training style. However, recently we started to embrace technology much more and move to a synchronous and asynchronous style of online tutoring and training. And we have been delivering our training session to trainees who are maybe in the country or potentially can be outside of the country. The potential for this way of training is exponential. It's a very exciting time now as a teacher trainer and as a training specialist to be able to work with our teacher trainees, not just face to face in our training centres, but online, and the training is just as interesting and interactive as when we do the sessions face to face. So this blended style of online learning and online training certainly looks like an excellent way to move forward, to train our teachers to be the best teachers they can be for our students here in the UAE.
Over the past 2 to 3 weeks, the TTP team has successfully shifted from an in-house teacher training program to an online environment. The platform that we use is called Microsoft Teams. In my opinion, this particular platform is very beneficial for both the trainees and also the trainers. So for example, in regards to assessment, when a particular trainee uploads an assignment, I can download that assignment, review it and give instant feedback. Secondly, our trainers can also use a live or a recorded session of that particular module, which again is beneficial to both parties. And secondly, we've cut down on a lot of paper, which is very beneficial to the environment. So I hope we continue to use some form of online learning or a blended learning approach in the future.